Where is your mind located? Is it nestled within the confines of your physical brain? Or could it be that the very concept of a mind is merely a construct, a figment of our collective imagination? These questions lead us to ponder a profound and perplexing notion. Reality may not be as concrete as it seems. But let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped to ponder the nature of reality itself? Is it as solid and dependable as it seems, or could it all be an elaborate trick played on our feeble senses? Welcome to the mind-boggling world of questioning reality, where nothing is what it seems, and sarcasm is our favorite coping mechanism. You see, we humans have this uncanny ability to perceive the world around us through our senses. We trust what we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell as the ultimate truth. After all, if our senses tell us something is real, it must be, right? Wrong. As it turns out, reality has a mischievous sense of humor and likes to mess with our heads. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever found yourself questioning the authenticity of your experiences? Those moments when something just doesn't feel quite right, and you can't shake off the unsettling suspicion that you might be trapped in some elaborate cosmic prank. So maybe everything we perceive and experience, from the vivid colors that saturate our vision to the tangible sensations that course through our fingertips, is nothing more than an elaborate illusion. Or could it be that the world around us is an intricate fabrication, meticulously designed to deceive us? Throughout history, philosophers, scientists, and deep thinkers of all kinds have grappled with the idea that reality might be nothing more than an intricate tapestry woven by a mischievous cosmic weaver. From Plato's allegory of the cave to Descartes' famous, "I think, therefore I am." The concept of an illusory reality has been a constant source of fascination and frustration. Plato's allegory of the cave begins with a scene painted of a group of prisoners who have lived chained to the wall of a dark cave their entire lives. Behind them is a walkway and a fire being set to display shadows on the wall in front of the prisoners. Every day, these people in the caves watched shadows projected on a blank wall. For them, these shadows are real, and they shape their entire reality. Now imagine that one of the prisoners leaves the cave and walks outside into the sunshine. For the first time in his life, he is exposed to sunshine and light. He can now finally see the true forms, shapes, and reality of the shadows he thought were real. In this allegory, what would he think of his companions back in the cave? He'd probably feel sorry for them and their limited reality. Now, if he returned back to the cave and told them about what he saw, they'd probably laugh at him and think he was crazy. Plato's allegory of the cave explores the tension between the imagined reality that we think is real, which we might refer to as shadows in this situation, versus the reality that is the truth, a reality outside the cave instead of shadows. Plato's allegory of the cave illustrates at least two things. First, it represents Plato's account of the nature of reality and his understanding of essence. Second, it's a lesson in what philosophy does. It reveals the true nature of things. Without doing philosophy, we remain in the dark. To sum up, Plato's cave is an allegory of the human condition. Each of us is a prisoner, chained down with a distorted illusion of reality. To gain individual autonomy, one must awaken our consciousness. We must kill our imperfections and liberate one's senses. Here is another story. In ancient India, there was a philosopher named Shankara. He shared a story about an elephant and a group of blind men. These blind men heard about a strange creature called an elephant that had arrived in their town. They were curious and wanted to know what it looked like, even though they couldn't see. They decided to use their sense of touch to investigate it. As each blind man approached the elephant, they felt different parts of its body. The one who touched the trunk thought the elephant was like a thick snake. Another man, who felt the ear, believed it was like a fan. The blind man, touching the leg, compared the elephant to a tree trunk. The person who placed their hand on the side thought it was a wall. Another man, feeling the tail, described it as a rope. And the last one, touching the tusk, thought it was hard, smooth, and similar to a spear. This story is often told to teach us a lesson. It shows that each blind man's experience was true to them, but none of them had the complete truth. Their limited perspective prevented them from understanding the whole picture. Shankara used this parable to explain that reality is not always as it appears. We may all observe the same thing, but our individual perceptions and experiences are unique. This means that our understanding of reality is limited by our own viewpoints and biases. According to Shankara, the key to grasping reality is to go beyond our personal experiences and consider a broader perspective. By doing so, we can gain a deeper understanding of the world around us and discover truths that go beyond our subjective encounters. Neuroscience, as a scientific discipline, seeks to understand the intricacies of the brain and its relationship to our experiences. It examines the neural processes that underlie perception, cognition, and consciousness. From a neurological standpoint, reality is seen as a construct of our brain's interpretation of sensory information. According to neuroscience, our senses gather information from the external world, which is then processed and interpreted by the brain. This interpretation involves complex neural networks and mechanisms that filter, integrate, and make sense of the incoming data. Our perceptions, therefore, arise from this intricate interplay between our sensory inputs and neural processing. Neuroscience emphasizes the role of biology and neural activity in shaping our subjective experience of reality. It highlights the influence of factors such as genetics, brain structure, and neurochemical processes on our perceptions. Through empirical research and advanced imaging techniques, neuroscience provides insights into how our brains generate the mental constructs we perceive as reality. On the other hand, philosophy offers a broader, more conceptual approach to understanding reality. Philosophical perspectives on reality delve into profound questions that go beyond the realm of neuroscience. Philosophers inquire about the nature of existence, the relationship between mind and matter, and the limits of human understanding. From a philosophical standpoint, reality encompasses not only our subjective experiences, but also metaphysical and epistemological aspects. It delves into questions of ontology, what exists, and what is the fundamental nature of reality itself. It also explores the nature of knowledge and how we can ascertain truths about reality. Philosophy invites us to question the nature of our perceptions and consider the possibility of an external reality that extends beyond our subjective experiences. It grapples with the limitations of our senses, biases, and cognitive processes that may distort our understanding of the world. While neuroscience focuses on the empirical study of the brain and its relationship to reality, philosophy prompts us to contemplate the broader implications and philosophical underpinnings of our perceptions. It challenges us to critically examine the foundations of our knowledge and to explore the metaphysical and epistemological aspects of reality. In summary, neuroscience and philosophy provide complementary perspectives on reality. Neuroscience investigates the neural processes underlying our experiences, emphasizing the biological basis of perception. Philosophy, on the other hand, explores the conceptual and metaphysical aspects of reality, inviting us to question the nature of our perceptions and delve into profound philosophical inquiries. By integrating these perspectives, we gain a more comprehensive understanding of reality. Ultimately, the study of reality benefits from the multidisciplinary approach that neuroscience and philosophy offer, providing us with valuable insights into the intricate nature of our existence and the complexity of the reality we perceive. First off, what is consciousness? According to the Oxford Dictionary of Psychology, it's the normal mental condition of the waking state of humans, characterized by the experience of perceptions, thoughts, feelings, awareness of the external world, and often in humans, but not necessarily in other animals. Scientists simply don't have one unified theory of what consciousness is. We also don't know where it comes from or what it's made of exactly. However, there's a gap in our understanding when it comes to consciousness. We can't say for sure whether other living beings or even non-living objects possess consciousness. Humans can relate to animals like dogs and cats, thinking they might have some level of consciousness because we see their facial expressions and behavior. But just because we don't feel a connection to rocks, the ocean, or even the night sky, doesn't mean we can prove that they lack consciousness. This is where a philosophical stance called panpsychism comes into play. This claims consciousness is inherent in even the tiniest pieces of matter, an idea that suggests the fundamental building blocks of reality have conscious experience. Crucially, it implies consciousness could be found throughout the universe. The realm of physics also comes into play when discussing consciousness. Certain scientists propose that consciousness might arise from tiny quantum physics events and other intriguing phenomena that occur at the microscale. These mysterious actions, which can have effects over long distances, somehow occur within our brains and give rise to our conscious thoughts. Renowned physicist Roger Penrose, a distinguished figure in the field and recipient of the 2020 Nobel Prize, has dedicated significant attention to exploring the potential connection between quantum mechanics and consciousness. In his 1989 book, The Emperor's New Mind, Penrose boldly asserted that human consciousness is not governed by algorithms, but rather emerges from the influence of quantum effects. This perspective suggests a fascinating interplay between the mysteries of quantum mechanics and the enigmatic nature of consciousness itself. Let's take a moment to unpack that statement. What does it mean for human consciousness to be described as algorithmic? In essence, an algorithm refers to a set of predictable steps designed to achieve a specific outcome. In the realm of philosophy, the concept of algorithms becomes significant in the context of exploring the interplay between free will and determinism. It raises intriguing questions about whether our actions and choices are predetermined, or if we possess true freedom in decision-making. Are our brains simply cranking out math-like processes that can be telescoped in advance? Or is something wild happening that allows us true free will, meaning the ability to make meaningfully different decisions that affect our lives? Within philosophy itself, the study of free will dates back at least centuries. But the overlap with physics is much newer, and what Penrose claimed in The Emperor's New Mind is that consciousness isn't strictly causal because on the tiniest level, it's a product of unpredictable quantum phenomena that don't conform to classical physics. So after considering all that background information, where does it leave us? If you find yourself scratching your head or feeling a bit uneasy, rest assured that you're not alone. These questions are of utmost importance to those who delve into the realms of philosophy and science, since the answers could potentially revolutionize our understanding of the vast universe surrounding us. The inquiry into whether humans possess free will or not carries immense moral implications. For instance, if we determine that individuals lack free will, how should we approach the issue of holding criminals accountable for their actions? Punishment and moral responsibility would need to be reassessed if we conclude that people could not have chosen differently. These thought-provoking considerations emphasize the profound impact that these philosophical and scientific inquiries can have on our society, ethics, and the very fabric of our understanding of human existence. In physics, scientists could learn key things from a study of consciousness as a quantum effect. This is where we rejoin researchers like Johannes Kleiner, mathematician and theoretical physicist, Sean Tull, a mathematician at the University of Oxford, and Giulio Tononi, a neuroscientist. Kleiner and Tull are following Penrose's example, in both his 1989 book and a 2014 paper where he detailed his belief that our brain's microprocesses can be used to model things about the whole universe. The resulting theory is called integrated information theory, and it's an abstract, highly mathematical form of the philosophy we've been reviewing. In the framework of integrated information theory, consciousness is believed to be present everywhere, but it tends to accumulate in areas where it is crucial for connecting various interrelated systems. Consequently, the human body, being composed of numerous interconnected systems, contains a substantial amount of consciousness, which is referred to as phi in integrated information theory. Phi measures the degree of interconnectedness and integration among the various elements or components of a system. It quantifies the extent to which these elements interact and influence one another, forming a cohesive and unified whole. The concept of phi suggests that consciousness arises from the network of interactions and relationships among the elements of a system. Systems with a higher value of phi are considered to exhibit a greater degree of integrated information and are associated with a stronger presence of consciousness. To calculate phi, researchers analyze the causal relationships between the different components of a system. They explore how the information flows and influences other parts within the system. By quantifying these interactions and assessing their complexity, phi provides a numerical value that represents the level of integrated information within the system. However, it is important to note that phi is not a direct measure of subjective experience or the specific qualities of consciousness. Rather, it serves as a mathematical tool to evaluate the interconnectedness and integration of information within a system, potentially indicating the presence of consciousness. Phi allows researchers to compare different systems and explore their relative levels of consciousness. It provides a framework for understanding the emergence of unified and cohesive experiences within complex systems. The revolutionary thing in integrated information theory isn't related to the human brain. It's that consciousness isn't biological at all, but rather is simply this value, phi, that can be calculated if you know a lot about the complexity of what you're studying. If your brain has almost countless interrelated systems, then the entire universe must have virtually infinite ones. And if that's where consciousness accumulates, then the universe must have a lot of phi. The theory consists of a very complicated algorithm that, when applied to a detailed mathematical description of a physical system, provides information about whether the system is conscious or not and what it is conscious of, meaning that, if there is an isolated pair of particles floating around somewhere in space, they will have some rudimentary form of consciousness if they interact in the correct way. If our consciousness accumulates in areas where interrelated systems exist, then our perception and understanding of reality are shaped by the degree of interconnectedness and integration within our conscious experience. Therefore, when considering the concept of reality not being real, we can explore the possibility that our perception and experience of reality are constructed by our consciousness, influenced by quantum processes and the interconnected nature of our conscious systems. The notion of an illusory reality becomes intertwined with the profound questions surrounding consciousness, challenging us to question the true nature and validity of the reality we perceive. Greek philosopher Plato presented a profound philosophical perspective that suggests the world we inhabit is but a reflection or imperfect manifestation of another realm composed of perfect ideas. According to Plato, this world of ideas, also known as the realm of forms, exists separate from the material world in which we live. In Plato's view, the material world is characterized by imperfections, transience, and constant change. It is a realm where objects and phenomena are subject to decay, distortion, and the limitations of our senses. However, Plato posits that beyond this tangible world lies a higher reality, a realm of ideas that is eternal, unchanging, and perfect. In this realm of ideas, the fundamental essences or archetypes of everything we perceive in the material world exist. These archetypes serve as the ultimate forms or blueprints from which all physical manifestations derive. For example, in the realm of ideas, there exists a perfect form of a chair, which serves as the ideal template for all chairs we encounter in our material world. According to Plato, the world we perceive with our senses is a mere reflection or imperfect copy of these ideal forms. Our experiences in the material world provide us with glimpses or shadows of these perfect ideas, but they fall short of capturing their true essence. Plato's philosophical concept highlights the distinction between the transient, imperfect world of appearances and the eternal, perfect world of ideas. It suggests that our material reality is influenced and shaped by the higher reality of the realm of forms. For Plato, true knowledge and understanding lie in the contemplation and comprehension of these perfect ideas, which transcend the limitations of our material existence. Plato's notion of a dualistic reality challenges us to question the nature of the world we inhabit and the relationship between the physical and the conceptual. It invites us to consider the possibility that our perception of reality may be limited, and that there is a deeper, more fundamental truth beyond what our senses perceive. Could it be that reality is not as concrete as we assume? Perhaps it is a construct of our consciousness, shaped by our perceptions and experiences. Are we merely scratching the surface of a deeper truth, limited by the boundaries of our senses? Is it possible that consciousness extends beyond human minds, permeating every aspect of the universe? Could it be an inherent property of the cosmos, intertwined with the fabric of space and time? What if our understanding of reality is influenced by quantum phenomena, where the tiniest particles and their mysterious interactions shape our conscious experience? Do these quantum effects offer a glimpse into the underlying nature of reality, transcending classical physical laws? Plato's contemplation of a realm of perfect ideas challenges us to ponder the nature of our existence. Are we living in a world that is a mere reflection, an imperfect copy of a higher reality? Is there a deeper truth that lies beyond what our senses perceive? And what about free will? Are our actions determined by causal processes, or do we possess true agency to make meaningful choices? If our decisions are influenced by unpredictable quantum events, does this open the door to genuine freedom in decision-making? These questions lead us to contemplate the moral implications of our understanding of consciousness. How do we hold individuals accountable if free will is an illusion? How do we navigate the complex landscape of ethics and responsibility in a world where determinism and unpredictability intertwine? As we conclude this journey, we are left with a sense of wonder and curiosity. The quest to comprehend the nature of reality and consciousness continues, beckoning us to delve deeper into the mysteries that surround us. Perhaps the answers lie in the uncharted territories of future discoveries and profound insights. Maybe, just maybe, the keys to unlocking these riddles lie within us, waiting to be uncovered through introspection, exploration, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. In the end, we are left with the realization that the journey towards understanding reality and consciousness is an ever-evolving quest, a continuous exploration that invites us to challenge our assumptions, expand our horizons, and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie in the vast expanse of the unknown. And that's it for this video. I have a playlist concerning this topic, which you can watch by clicking it on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.